And today I am in Lycoming County, more specifically Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania. And I was driving in this area and Tony had mentioned that there is a column from the original state capitol that used to be in Harrisburg that burned down in 1897. And from what I understand, a few of the columns were saved and they are in different areas throughout Pennsylvania. So I was in the area, so I thought I would check this out. So it's actually in the Jersey Shore Cemetery. And I believe this is it straight ahead. So it appears to be a Civil War soldier on the top. How high do you think that is, Tony?
I see the height of the column, and what's that?
I'll tell you what, Tony, I'm going to back up so that way we have a little perspective.
I mean, you find out how tall those were. I have no idea. Right?
I'm sure I can look it up and put it on the video. There is a plaque here, so I do want to read this, see what it says. So before I read that, Tony was asking what I think this column was made of. You think it's stone, Tony?
The bottom looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah. I don't know.
It might be granite, maybe?
I don't know. Well, I'm going to look it up and we'll find out.
Yeah.
Okay, so erected December 20th, 1907. And as I was mentioning before, it says here, this column is from the state capitol, erected in 1819, but it was erected between 1819 and 1821, and it was destroyed by fire on February 2nd, 1897. So every time I come out to locations like this, I learn a little bit more. I never knew there was an old state capitol that burned down. So now I'm curious to find out more about that. So it says, by the citizens of Jersey Shore and vicinity, to the memory of the soldiers and sailors of the Revolutionary War, War with England, 1812 to 1814, and the Mexican War of 1846 through 48, Civil War of 1861 through 65, and the Spanish-American War of 1898. And then we have a quote from Abraham Lincoln. We here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that this government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Abraham Lincoln. It appears that people put pennies here, I guess tribute to Abraham Lincoln, so we will add a penny right there. It's a beautiful quote. All right, so I want to back up a little bit so we can see the top of the statue, or I should say the top of the column. And we have the Civil War veteran on top. I think I see maybe a Revolutionary War soldier over here. Nope. That would be a World War I, 1915 to 1918. So much history in these cemeteries. Another World War I veteran. GAR, Grand Army of the Republic. Civil War veteran. All right, so I came upon another Civil War vet, GAR, and there's a lot of them in this cemetery. And you know, here in Pennsylvania, you can go into any of these small towns and you'll find a lot of them. But this one, William T. Babb, I'm gonna say, MD, so it appears as if he was a medical doctor. But he was born in 1822, and it looks like he died April 25th, 1862, which would tell me that he passed away in the Civil War. Every life has a story, right? There's a lot of the Civil War veterans here. I'd like to see if I can find, I know we saw World War I. I believe this is World War II over here. Yep, World War II. And it's Robert G. Stevens, MD again. 1922 to 1994. So I guess I'm just paying homage to our veterans today now that I'm here. This is for the Mexican War. Sort of a forgotten war, right? And I'm noticing a lot of these where it has like a lamb on the top. And as I'm looking, I think this was a popular gravestone when a child died. January 1901 till August of 1901. Charles Shank. So, all right, so I do think I found a Revolutionary War, because this looks familiar to me, this type of headstone. Yes, okay. So Captain James Thompson, 2 Company, IPA, military, I guess IPA mill, REV, period, war, Revolutionary War, and then we have the, I guess you would call this a placard, right? Revolutionary War.
Well, these are too. Oh, these are.
No, I think they're Civil War, Tony, because they have the stars.
Grand Army of the Republic.
We have some
right.
Civil War vets over here. These are kind of hard to read. So I could walk around this cemetery all day long and just show different veterans and different interesting, like I said, cemeteries are interesting. As I might have mentioned before, every life has a story. And one of the things I like to do when wandering through a cemetery is try to imagine what some of these lives were like. All right, so we found our first Korean War veteran, 1950 to 1955. Jesse Schaefer. We have another Korean War veteran right here, Edward Cyrus Schaefer, November 1923 to May 1976. Foreign Wars of the United States, 1896 to 1940. Chester Ramsey, so 1896 to 1940. And the fact it's not a World War I, not sure what conflict. So before we get out of here, let's just take another quick look. At this interesting memorial. And I'm going to end the video here. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you so much and have a great day. Take care, everybody.